Hey, Daisan here. Today we're going to look at the new Halloween 2020 units. This is the first time we're getting the units released on both JP and Global. Today I'll be talking about the JP ones. First we're going to look at the new Shizu. This Shizu is a power attacker. Like Nazik Shizu, she has a high attack stat. On the other hand though, her HP and speed are abysmal, being some of the lowest for all attackers. One thing to note though is she's the 7th highest defense in the game, only behind 6 tank units. Her first skill is a single target damage skill that applies a defense down for 3 MP. Her second skill is a self buff of 50% attack and defense for 2 MP, and her last skill is a 5-hit skill of 33% to a single target for 4 MP. Overall, her first skill is passable. Her self buff on the other hand, combined with her high attack and defense stats, do well in increasing her DPS and overall survivability. The last skill is a solid single target DPS skill, just falling a bit short for being a top tier single target skill. Her passives are a 10% attack and defense buff, goes well with her stat line, nothing more to say, while her overdrive is a bit on the disappointing end, only being a single target physical damage with poison chance. Overall, I rank her around A tier, not just for a decent damage skill, but also for her ability to take hits. If they patched up her speed and increased the damage on her 5-hit skill, she would be an easy S, but sadly it's not. The second unit is Solution. She's an intelligence tank. She's rocking the highest HP stat in the game at the moment with good speed and high defense. Her attack is lacking, but as a dedicated tank that doesn't really matter. Her first skill is a 2 MP taunt. Her second is a self heal of around 4500 for 3 MP, while her last skill is a 4 MP buff where one target ally gets 50% attack boost and 1 stack of physical damage immunity. For a tank, having a cheap taunt is good to keep your MP management good, especially because you do want to use her skills to keep herself healthy. The only shame is that it doesn't add a defensive buff as well. The healer is good to top off for HP when your healer is in trouble, healing other units as well, but the buff is good to stack on your allies before boss waves, so that also makes it pretty decent, though you can't use it on yourself. Her passives are a 10% health regeneration and a 50% defense buff when her health falls below 50%. The first one is solid with a good relic. Her HP can easily go over 10k, allowing 1k heals per turn, while her defensive buff can make sure she doesn't go down before she can heal back up, which is really nice. Her overdrive is a self-damage skill that also gives her 50% attack, defense, and 30% speed. Not a bad buff, but more of a waste of an OD. Besides OD not being the best, her good passives and strong stat line mixed with decent skills put her at S tier. Last unit is going to be the new Demiurg. He is a speed attacker who is statistically like Tanya. He's a bit on the weaker end in terms of attack, but has a good speed stat. His first skill is a 3 MP single target skill that does 50% more damage on paralyzed foes, while his second skill is a self buff that gives 35% physical attack plus hit plus 1. The last skill is an AoE damage skill that has 58% paralysis chance. So his entire skill set revolves around stunning all the enemies and dealing bonus damage. The hit buff helps him land those stuns, so that helps. The issue is that all the pieces are there, but mana is always an issue. Overall not bad, and I can see you make some very fun teams with him, Nazik, Pandora's actor, and Kyohoku. His passes are a 10% physical attack up, and he double downs on it with a attack boost when he is below 50% HP that gives him an additional 35% physical attack. His overdrive is a single target skill that debuffs all stats by 25%. Tier list wise, I put him in A, decent skill set, weaker stats, hurt for pure farming, potential to build a good Paralysis team, but needs more to be S tier. Well, that's pretty much it for now. Thanks for watching. Peace.